And we're live. So welcome everyone back to Coffee Chat with CASASC. We're thrilled you can join us today. So please use this space to connect with us down below, comment, give us a wave. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask them and we will try to incorporate them or sprinkle them through our chat today. So first segment, like always, today is BYOM, bring your own mug. So this is the mug I selected today. It's empty, but it's a nice piece of pottery that I thought just looked so beautiful. It inspired me to maybe take a pottery class at some point. All right, Dianne, what do you have?
Excellent. So my son was able to go to Disneyland with a band trip when he was in high school, and I'm a bit of a Tinkerbell fan, and he found this one. And it's Tinkerbell in the morning, not really looking her best, and on the back it says, "Mornings aren't magical." Apparently my son doesn't think I'm a morning person. Oh my.
Oh my.
But I love it.
I vibe with that. That's,
right?
Yeah. Mornings are rough, but that's okay.
They are. You know, if they started at noon, maybe. But they don't.
I love that. That's awesome.
So cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Yes. BYOM, bring your own mug.
That's right.
So we're so glad you can join us today, and today, which I didn't introduce her yet, this is Dianne McCulley. She's one of the educators on our team. So I'll let her introduce herself and explain her role here.
Excellent. So as Sarah said, my name's Dianne McCulley. My pronouns are she and her, and I get to do some fabulous things at this center. So one of the things as being on the education team is I get to go into schools and talk to kids grade 9 to 12. Most of my content is around those lovely CALM programs that high school kids take. We talk about consent and healthy relationships and sexual assault. And I get the opportunity as well to do some presentations in some post-secondary institutions around Central Alberta. I've talked at Red Deer College and at Birmingham University. And then I love going out to the communities as well and talking to the adults about, you know what, healthy relationships and consent isn't something that we teach the kids just kindergarten to grade 12, right? It's a life skill.
Yes.
And everybody needs it at every age. And if you're close to my age, consent was a new word. It was introduced, a decade ago. We didn't have consent as a kid. So you have your grandkids or your adult kids talking to you about consent, and I love to have those conversations with adults, say, hey, how does that fit in my life? Because I've never done it before.
Exactly. Yeah. Very cool.
Cool. Yeah, I love it.
Like Dianne said, our topic today is consent in everyday life. So she's going to, guide us through a few different games and activities, and I'm really excited. I'm just going to quickly close the door
Absolutely.
so we don't get
Go
some
close the
extra
door.
sound. Alright. Okay. I'm ready.
Okay. So I don't know about you, but when I go into certain situations, especially where there's teenage kids, do you know sometimes they're not very open in talking to you about things, especially when it's the first time they've met you, and you're coming in there all guns a-blazing. I have my PowerPoint, I have my little badge, and I'm saying, we're going to talk about consent. And it's quiet. It's just this hush. They don't want to say anything for a couple of reasons. If they say anything in front of their peers, they either are judged at knowing too much or judged at not knowing anything.
Right.
And that's tough. That's tough for adults as well. So I have a couple of icebreaker balls, and they're like soccer balls with a lot of words written on them, and we toss them around the room, and wherever their thumbs land, when they catch it, they can pick between those two questions and share it with the room. So if you don't mind, I'm going to toss it to Sarah. She's going to put her thumbs on someplace, look at both of them, say the question, and then tell me what it is, and then I get to know her a little bit. Okay, ready?
Yes. Okay. So it says magazine I read. So one magazine I read frequently, is Rolling Stone magazine.
Nice.
Because that was my inspiration of getting into journalism at one point. So,
Cool.
farthest place I've traveled. So I've traveled a lot of places in my head. The furthest place I've probably traveled is Cuba. So not super far, but a lovely, lovely place.
Okay. Yeah, nice. Did you want me to do one?
Okay.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah. So, Olympic events I watch. Oh, I love Winter Olympics more than Summer Olympics because I'm a big, big Canadian female hockey fan. Love it. Love watching them. Love it when it comes to the Olympics. I think a little bit has to do with the rivalry we always have with the States.
Yes.
It's amazing. I
And
love the
Haley
energy.
Kaiser.
Yeah.
Love her.
Yeah, yeah. And the other one, oh, season I enjoy most. I love fall.
Okay.
And the reason I love fall is because, one, my birthday's in the fall. Second is I grew up on a farm. And fall was harvest season.
Yes.
And there was no closer time I have ever felt in my life than with my family during harvest season. Everybody gets together. Sometimes you gotta miss a school afternoon or two or a sports game. But everybody just pulled together because you got a limited amount of time to get the crops off the field.
Yeah.
And if you had a neighbor that was ill or some equipment was down, the way those farmers all pulled together, it was such a community event. And the smell in the air.
Yes, I was gonna say the smell.
Yeah.
alone, yeah.
And the colors, fall colors. Can't beat them.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm a fall girl.
I love
Yeah.
fall too.
So if anybody else is doing any kind of presentations, any age, these are called icebreaker balls, or what's the actual thumb ball. You can Google it. They have lots to choose from. They have some that are for different ages, especially with the kindergartens. There may just be 4 or 5 on here with very different print. And for adults, they may have some ones that possibly involve drinking games, for as far as I know. I don't, haven't investigated that, but I really like this.
Very cool.
Okay,
Okay.
should we talk about consent?
Yes.
Excellent.
Do it.
So, one of the things, and I can't wait until this data changes, but 1 in 3 Canadians can properly define what consent is. 1 in 3.
1 in 3. Okay.
So, I go into a classroom or into a community center and I ask. And you know what, there's usually a couple brave souls that will put up their hand and they'll say what it is. And there's a lot that don't. And again, it could be that, I don't want to say the wrong thing, or, you know what, this is our 3rd presenter this week, I'm going to have a nap. You never know. So if I asked you, Sarah, could you define what consent is?
Okay.
Would you be free giving us your answer?
Sure.
Okay.
As soon as you said that, I started running through my brain going, oh crap, what do I say?
I
'Cause I'm
know.
one of those people that don't want to say the wrong thing.
But then that would be a conversation.
Yeah. So, I guess my answer, consent is giving someone permission.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't have a more advanced answer.
You know what? There's nothing wrong with that answer.
Okay.
Right? Consent is an ongoing communication that's verbal and nonverbal, and it has to be ongoing.
So ongoing permission, verbal and nonverbal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Because after we talk a little bit about consent, if we have some time, we'll talk about coercion. And coercion, where you can get into that really big nonverbal, peer pressure, threatening, guilting. Your lips may say yes, but your body is going, I don't want to do this.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so verbal and nonverbal and positive and enthusiastic and
Yes.
ongoing.
Okay.
Absolutely. Are you okay if we do an example of consent?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So I usually touch in with my mom around 10 o'clock, see how she's doing in the morning. I don't have my phone. Can I borrow your phone to call my mom?
Just to call your mom.
Just to
right?
call my mom.
Sure.
Okay.
There you go.
Sometimes she's out gardening, so might get a voicemail and... Hi Mom, just checking in. Give me a call later. Have a good day. Love you. Bye.
So sweet.
I know. I'm one of those good daughters.
You are.
Holy crap, you got a lot of apps.
Hmm?
I haven't played Hay Day in a while.
Yeah.
Oh girl, feed your cows. They're dying. Dying, so I'm gonna feed your cows. Check on your apple trees. You said I could use your phone, right?
Well, to call your mom.
But I'm still just using your phone, right?
I guess.
Okay. Oh, look at these pictures. Oh my God! I gotta share that one.
You know,
I can't believe you
you're
didn't
sharing
share
one
that
of
one.
my photos?
It's on your phone. It's a picture of you. It's okay. Delete it if you don't like it. But let's
Where are
just
you
do it
sharing
first.
to?
I don't know. You got this personal group that's on here, so I'm gonna share that. Oh, let's see. Oh yeah, I really like that song. I'm gonna download it. You got some money left on your iTunes too, so. Whew.
Are you sure I want to do that?
Well, you said I could use your phone, right?
To call your mom. Do I have
And?
my phone back?
But am I hurting you?
Well, no. I gave you permission to use my phone for a specific thing. And now I feel uncomfortable.
Even though it's still just around your phone? Like I'm still just
Yes.
doing things with just your phone.
Right, but we had a verbal agreement that you would use my phone to call your mom,
Mm-hmm.
not download songs.
Oh,
Yeah.
so what just happened there then?
I don't know. Did I consent to that?
And see.
Okay. That wasn't even my phone.
No, my phone. So one of the things also to do some get to know you activities when I talk in groups is, yes, consent is around sexual activity,
Yes.
but it's an everyday thing that we need to do as adults and kids with everything. As you've seen, it was so easy for me to not only use the phone for calling my mom. I thought, well, since I had the phone, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this.
Yeah.
I'm not hurting you.
Right.
And then I tried to guilt Sarah into saying, well, I guess it's okay.
Sure, it's okay. Because you asked that specifically. Am I hurting you? But you said I could use this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And you know what? Sometimes with our friends, there's those different dynamics where you let one friend get away with other friends, and you have partners in your life, you have family members in your life, and it's not only boundaries, it's about knowing what you want and what you're comfortable with somebody else doing as well. So consent is an everyday language that it's like anything, it's like learning a new skill. The more you use it, the better you get at it.
Okay.
And then it's not so much, I would love to be out of a job because this is, every Canadian knows this. Everybody around the world knows this. So we don't even have to have consent as this new go-to word. It's just, if I want to do something, if it's sexual or anything else in nature, I'm just going to ask, because why wouldn't you ask? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Change that stat to 3 and 3.
3 and 3.
Canadians can define consent.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love it. And not only can they define it, they do it. They do it. I have an 8-year-old stepdaughter, and me and my partner ask anytime we want to hug, my stepdaughter. And it gives, you know what it does? It empowers the kids. They're like, but you're my dad and my stepmom. What are you doing asking? Because you own your body.
Yeah.
And if you can feel comfortable enough saying yes or no to me, then it gives me that great hope that if something does happen in their life where they are touched by somebody who they do not want them to touch, they can say, no, that doesn't feel good, I don't want to do that. And kids can do that. I love it. We ran that campaign over Christmas.
Oh, consent Santa.
Talk about the
Yes.
consent
Yes.
Santa. I really love that. That was
Yeah.
brilliant.